Greetings, my name is Elaine Ra and I'm here today just to share a few things. I've made a few posts recently about the divine masculine, and over quite a few years now there's been a lot of reference to healing the divine feminine, and there's no doubt about that. But what we seem to neglect is the healing of the divine masculine, the sacred masculine. That aspect of the divine masculine that has been unable to be expressed. And as a complete being, it's really important to have the divine masculine and the divine feminine working together, otherwise one or the other will be out of sync. So in other words, the divine masculine has become out of sync with itself because it hasn't incorporated the aspects of the divine feminine. And that's the main issue. This is part of the reason why there's so much homophobia and there's so many issues in regard to men's relationship with women. You know, how can a woman be the divine mother or the mother and also the whore, so to speak? So that's a huge issue. So for example, something happens during adolescence where hormones start surging through the body, and there becomes an identification with the male principle in terms of how it's expressed in a physical form, and that often becomes an identity in terms of what it means to be a man. But the fact that many boys, for example, are not encouraged to express their feelings or who they really are authentically, intrinsically, then that aspect of them becomes null and void to the point where they're unable to express how they truly feel. So part of healing the divine feminine is to allow men, and for men themselves, to begin to come to terms, to get in touch with these inner feelings, with these aspects of separation. This aspect of separation that separated them from themselves and the expression of their true identity, which isn't necessarily their gender or the role that they take up in life. So as we're able to go back and reacquire the truth of who we all are as complete beings, which is the sacred marriage. It is the sacred marriage. The dance between polarity, light and shadow, masculine and feminine energy that moves between each and every one of us. This is a very important point to mention, because part of the reason why there's so much war in the world based on separation and the enemy being outside is actually due to the fact that the perpetrators have actually been the victims. So in other words, they have not been able to consolidate and to express their true feelings within themselves or reconcile them as youngsters. So therefore, they grow up, or we grow up, it's not exclusive to men, we grow up to begin to see the victim or to see the enemy outside. And this is the reason why terrorism really works, because it works on the terrorists within us. That part of us that is in fear, that is withholding, that part of us that has been in hiding and not fully expressed. So this is really, really crucial to the evolution of humanity, that we assimilate the masculine and feminine energies within each and every one of us and find our own dance and our own balance in this. And this will also allow us to lighten up so much in terms of what it means to be human and how we express who we are from the inside out. So therefore then we're able to be a little bit more open in terms of also who we are as men and women, and how we express our sexuality and sensuality within the whole spectrum of masculine and feminine energy, which is not exclusive necessarily to a particular gender. This is the way forward. This is how we're going to evolve as a species, for us to unite these polarities within ourselves. So as we join to the beloved and find our life partner, or soulmate, or twin flame, we actually step before our beloved as complete and integrated beings. So we're already complete, and we're not necessarily looking for our other half, or to be completed within another, which often sets ourselves up for a menagerie of dynamics where we project our own unresolved stuff or projections of separation onto one another. So this is a true opportunity now for us to be complete, so we can truly love as we were designed to love one another, free from attachment, in a way whereby we have the ability to respond to our own calling and our own soul design, however that expresses itself, and it's not defined by patriarchal ordering or ways of being that are now becoming outdated. And I think it's part of the reason why there's so much flux and so much so many problems around the planet, because there are some groups of people who are tightly trying to hold onto the old and really fearful in what will happen. But this is a journey that we all have to take part in. The UN talks about basic human rights, but then it's our fundamental human right to be seen, and for us to know ourselves on a soul level, to know about our divinity and to know about our sovereignty, to know about our nobility in terms of what it means to be human, and to be entitled to meet another person on a soul level in a deep understanding that we are all one, and that what affects one affects all. There should be no separation. Our fundamental human right is to be loved and to be cared for. So each child that is born has an acknowledgement of that love, because without that we begin to tap into the fear vibration, or a vibration of separation. So it is our fundamental human right to know love and to know this oneness. And there's no reason why we should not be able to instill that. It's free to give. It is free to give. You don't need a qualification. You just need to have had an experience of love, or know that you are love. In fact, the most important things in life are free to give. They don't cost anything. They are forgiving. They are forgiving. So I leave this with you. My name is Elena Ra. I love you very much. And I send you blessings, and I send you integration in your expansion and in the unification of all that you are in all your colors and textures. Lots of love. Mwah.